last bit guys, last home stretch. Right, so for this you'll need your swirl hook, your quilter tape, and you'll need a marking tool and a quilter's rule. Right, so working from the wrong side of the actual strap, could you hand stitch the lining bit? You can, Teresa. I used to, but I find that I haven't got any time now. Yeah, hand stitch, it's far more professional to hand stitch a ladder stitch across the bottom. Michael, can you just make sure that iron's not going to fall off, please? Just put it there, please. I'm just worried that. Okay, thanks. It's an expensive iron. I've been through 3 this year already. Right, so we've got the strap. Yeah, we've got the strap. We're going to measure in from these 2 edges here 1/4 inch. So and I'm just going to pop a line from top to bottom, and the same on this one. So the strap is 4 inches wide, so I'm going to measure across horizontal 2 inches up. Okay, we are going to run quilter's tape on the top and bottom of this line here, but we're not going to run quilter's tape in these 2 marks here, so because we don't want this in the area where we're going to sew. So let's just get the quilter's tape. Okay, and top on the bottom and on the top. The next thing I'm going to do is not peel off the backing, but I'm going to fold this just like we're going to fold it together. Right, we're going to get the swirl clasp and we're going to feed this on like so. Okay, now you might find it starts peeling off the backing. That's fine, we're going to come past that bit anyway in a minute. So the next thing we need to do is bring this short end to meet this short end, but we're going to bring the 2 right sides together. And we're just going to pop a few clips in. Okay. So where this line is, we are going to sew using a stitch length 2.4, reversing our stitch at the start and at the end, and we're only going to sew on this line here. I'm just going to quickly do that off the camera. So I've sewn across those. So we're going to open up these now. We're just going to give it a really good finger press. I'm going to run my nails in and give that a good press. Okay, so we're going to move this swirl clasp as far round as possible at the moment. So you're just going to have to keep pinching it. Now it looks a mess at the moment, don't stress. It looks a mess, but don't stress, it's not going to be much of a mess much longer. So we're going to start off here I've been in your group for enough months and I've learned so much from you. I admire you and give me... Oh, Tracy, thank you. No, I can't read the last bit. Oh, there you go. Oh, thank you, Tracy. But see, things like that bring me to tears a bit. Alright, so I'm going to peel off this backing tape here, just the one side at the start, and I'm going to do it inch by inch. So first of all, I'm going to open up this seam which keeps popping, and then I'm going to peel off this side, the one that I've peeled off here. I'm going to peel off this side as well, and then I'm just going to bring this raw edge over to the centre. Okay, and we're going to clip as we go along on this one edge. Okay, so we're going to, it will naturally start wanting to fold into the centre like it's already trying to now. Just make sure when it folds over not to press it down until we know it's in the centre. So I'm just going to clip pegs as I go. And you're going to move this swirl clasp around. Like I say, it's a struggle, but it will go. Peel off the backing tape to just that one side we've started sticking on. Make sure there's no creases in that bit, and we're just going to go as far as we can go to that end there. I'm going to peel off that completely. It will go. You can use an iron for this. Takes a little bit here and there to do that. So I'm not going to do anything with that area at the moment. I'm just going to come back to that area. I'm going to stop at that bit there. I'm going to repeat the same for this side. So I'm going to peel off this backing and open up this seam here and fold that over to meet into the centre. Now the backing tape in there, don't worry, we'll pull it out. I'm just going to keep sticking that into the centre. And it's going to get easier and easier once you get to this next bit. Right, so I'm just going to pull that, yank it out, and clip there. And as you can see, it's already trying to fold that bit there. So I'm just going to carry on clipping. Right, so I'm leaving that bit at the moment. I'm going to work with this bit section now. I'm going to take the clips off bit by bit and fold. So that bit in the centre, this bit here, is going to go right inside now, and we're going to bring the two folded sides together, like so. And then we're just going to keep bringing the clips together so it folds. So I'm doing this, and we're just going to keep going round. And just keep going. I'm matching up the edges, the two folded edges. Right, so I've come to that bit where the jumble up messes. So I'm going to take that clip off. That's where the joint is. And I'm just going to move this clasp over to the bit where it's basically on the bit where it's getting really neat, and just pop that clip back in. Then we're just going to finish off this part here, fold it into the sections, into the centre, and just clip those bits. And just carry on clipping. Okay. Right, so oh, you're welcome, Anne. You're welcome, hun. Honestly, it's no hardship. Right, so the next thing we're going to do is top stitch 1/8 of an inch on this side first, away from the edge. So when we go around, we're going to have to move the clips, and then we're going to keep moving this around. So if we go to, that was a noisy car. Please may you go to the front view, please, Michael. Okay, so I've turned mine so my clasp is on the inside, because the bit that I'm going to stitch on is going to be the bit that I'm going to see on the outside. That's a bit of a tongue twister. Right, so I'm going to start where the seam starts, so where the joint is, and I'm going to do stitch length number 4 because it's quite bulky, that area, and I'm doing 1/8 of an inch away, and I'm just going to reverse my stitch a few times, not much, but I'm going to reverse. Right, so I'm stopped at a point. I'm going to take a clip out and pull this trigger clasp towards me and carry on sewing for a couple of inches, and then take a few more clips out, pull the trigger clasp towards me, the swirl hook, and carry on stitching a few more stitches. Take a few more clips out and pull the clasp towards me, and then you're going to get the picture now, so I'm just not going to keep repeating myself. Okay. Right, so I'm coming close to the end. Just had a bit of a bird's nest of faux red underneath, so I'm just going to trim those back. And I'm going to pull my clasp over that joint. It might be a bit of a fiddle. I'm just going to reverse my stitch. And then I'm just going to repeat it on the folded side. So just all the way around, keep moving that clasp out of the way. I like to start off on the join and finish off on the join, because the join is going to be hidden underneath on the wristlet. Okay, so could you do me a favour, please? Just grab me the rivet press and just put it down here, please. That's brilliant, thank you. Thanks. Did you see me move it? on, Michael. Right, so right, so I'm just coming to the end. I'm just going to go and reverse my stitch at the end. Right, so I'm just going to cut off any loose thread. Please may we go to the overhead. Thanks, Michael. I'm just going to trim off any other pieces of thread for red. Right, so you'll see where the join is. I'm just going to move that out of the way for a minute. You'll see where the join is. What I want to do is bring this wool clasp, well, first of all, I'm going to twist so my clasp is on the outside. That's it. I just want to get rid of some of that. No. Right, so like the flap, I've worked out which is my bobbin side, which is this part here, that's going to be the inner part, and I've worked out which is my top thread side. For some reason my machine just stitches better from the top and not from the bobbin. Right, so this part here where the join is, I'm just going to fold that so it's around about 3/4 of an inch where that is, and I'm just going to pop a clip. So from the top side I'm going to stitch around about 1¼ inches away from this folded edge, just across. I'm just going to do that off the camera. Making sure I reverse my stitch at the start and at the end. Now you would do this no matter what, whether you're putting a rivet in or whether you're not putting a rivet in. But you will need to do this no matter what because it secures the stitches. I'm just going to get rid of any bird's nest that I've got from the stitches. Okay, to give it that nice finish. Okay, so coming to the last bits. Whee! So first of all we need to put a rivet in here and a rivet in there. It's not in the pattern, but it's for those who want to put a rivet in. So I've got two sizes of rivets. I've got a 9mm cap on both of them, but I'm going to hold these up to the camera. Right, so these tubes, this is 9mm, this one, and this tube is 9mm. This is a 9mm cap, but this is actually only a 6mm barrel. The reason why I've got a smaller one is this bit here hasn't got that much bulk, so a 6mm will be ample enough. This has got quite a large amount of bulk, this area here, so it definitely needs a 9mm barrel. So I'm just going to pop some holes into the centre. So I'm using my prim tool to poke some holes in, but on my other rivet press I have actually got the hole punch dies, but I haven't got room to hold two dies. Can you use Chicago screws? Yes you can, Margaret, you can use Chicago screws. I've taught Chicago screws on my YouTube channel as well. So for anybody that wants to know what Chicago screws are, you don't need a machine, you just need a screwdriver and something to make your hole punch. You definitely need a hole just a bit bigger than the hole that I've produced here for Chicago screws. But Margaret, you 100% can use Chicago screws. You can even use, not on this one, but on this one, the heart Chicago screws that I sell within my shop. You can use the ordinary Chicago screws that I sell in my shop, and this bit here as well on this strap. So I'm just going to pop the longer rivet into this hole here, flip this over, and the barrel pokes out on the opposite side. You've got a cap that's got no barrel on it, but you're going to pop this little part of the cap over that barrel and you'll hear it click. No, see, you don't have to, Margaret, use rivets. You don't even have to use Chicago screws for those who are starting out on bag making. You don't have to use it whatsoever. I'm not going to set that yet because obviously you won't capture me on the overhead camera. I'm just going to pop a hole in that bit there and pop that rivet through. And then I'm just going to get Michael to put the front view camera on, please, for the last time. Thank you. Right, so I'm hoping that you guys can see that. Let's move that out of the way. Right, so I'm just making sure you can see it before I carry on. Can you see this in the picture? Yes, you can. Right, so here on your rivet press are what we call rivet dies. You can do cam snaps on these machines. You can do puncture holes. You can set your grommets. When I say grommets, I mean eyelets. This machine does quite a lot, and all it is taking the parts out, top and bottom, and buying the correct part for that specific thing that you're setting. So I've got 9mm cap dies, so I've got a 9mm die, so the cap will happily sit in this die here because it's 9mm, and the same with the top one as well. So I'm just going to pop that inside there and just press down, and it's set. You can hear it, you can feel it crunch, and it's literally set into place, and that won't move whatsoever. That's completely set. I'll do the same with this one as well. So pop that one in and squash down. And that is it. These are such a lifesaver. I cannot hammer for my life and set a rivet. I always struggle. Yeah, so that is one finished bag. Ooh. Right, so do you want to come and say hi and bye to Michael? He's looking at me going, no, yes, you're part of the brand. The kids and you are. Don't go around, just come down. Come down, come down. Here he is.
Hello.
Hi. So yeah, those people that are tuning in now, we are going because we're hungry. But yeah, can you set a rivet without a press? You can.
Okay, alright, bye.
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 Yeah, you can, Lynn. You can buy like a hand setting tool, which is like a little barrel about this big, and a hammer, and you get this little anvil and you basically whack. And yeah, you need to be on a strong surface for that, but yeah, there's no harm in trying one of those first. So yeah, so I'm glad you enjoyed that. I'm going to sort my throat out. Club members, so for people that are not knowing what club is, club members, my club is, there's an online subscription club, and I do Pacific bags for them. It's a monthly paid subscription, and basically I do a lot of in-depth tutorials, a bit like one that I've done today, but they generally have 2 or 3 a month in their group. And like, so this bag here is the one we're making at the moment, which Club members, Tuesday is the live at 6:30, guys. So yeah, so the next bag we will be making will be the folded over clutch. It's got a bit of a patchwork style to it. You don't have to do the patchwork, but it's totally up to you guys. But I'm going to teach how to treat PU as in a patchwork. I'm also going to show you how to cut it at an angle. It's going to be an in-depth one like this one. I can't tell you the specific date of when that's going to happen. I think it's going to happen in about 2 to 3 weeks time in this group again. And then this one here, which is the triangle flap one, will be a tutorial which will hit my YouTube channel, because basically it's generally the exactly same process as this one, but I'm just going to teach you how to install a thumb lock instead, a bit like this one, which is from the blog that I posted earlier on in the week. And then after the 26th of November, I will demonstrate this one. But I have got some mini tutorials coming up for you guys in this group. So yeah, I'm glad that everybody has tuned in and enjoyed themselves. So like I say, you can get this pattern. It's a free download within the website, which is www.R.j.A.F.Makes, or you can buy the paper pattern version. So yeah, I look forward to seeing you all soon. I'm going to say goodbye and have some lunch. Lunch, dinner, same thing, yeah. Right, gonna love you and leave you, and see you all soon. Bye.